Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. Power Pro Wrestling. The Power Hour.
Good morning, everybody. It's 11 a.m. Welcome to the RWR Power Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm Gene, along with BT and Robb Helt. Helt, how are you guys this morning?
It's such a Mr. Rogers intro.
I don't even know if y'all can hear me. All I can see is a black screen.
That is so good, Gene, on 100 levels.
He's frozen.
Well, fuck it. This is the 8th time we've
Yeah,
restarted.
he disappeared.
He disappeared.
Wow.
He'll be back. Hey, man, Gene, it has been technicality after technicality after technicality on this good Saturday morning Talk to Me part.
This is the most snake bit episode of the Power Pro Show we've ever had. God help us.
Well,
What's
the funny part is, look, I'll smarten everybody up. I don't care. The funny part was when we started, BT's going to do the intro, and BT can't say the name of the show.
Yeah.
And Gene's like, it's right there on the screen.
You literally can just read the screen. Like, I understand when the other guy fucked it up. It's not on his screen, and he's only been with the network for a couple of weeks. BT's been working with us for over a year.
He could have went on and said it's WFC TV5, and we would have went with that too because it's on the screen. All right, so BT's back. We got to add him up here, and then we got to pull him over to his spot that he needs to be in, and that gets the host in the middle, the co-host on the wing side, and BT. We smartened him up that this is like our 8th time doing this. How are you this morning, BT?
I am doing fantastic. I'm fantastic. I'm ready to talk about Power Pro.
Well, all right. June 27th, 1998. This is the 11th week of Power Pro Wrestling, and this is coming out of Blast Off at the Dome, Blast Off in the Dome, if you will, at the Mid-South Coliseum. BT told us last week that there was a big walk-up to this thing, that they were nervous. Yes, bless you twice. That they were nervous going into it, that the pre-sales were awful. Somebody gave them an out and like, hey, you want to cancel this thing? And Randy's like, nope, we're going to roll with it. And the gamble paid off. We're going to have some clips from the Coliseum, some highlights from that show. Dave Brown's back with us this week. Last week, it was just the one that mattered. Corey Macklin was hosting the show solo. Dave is back. And they say this week we're going to see highlights of Jerry Lawler versus Kane. We're going to get Jim Cornette's reaction to the main event because, as we heard from BT last week, he substituted for Paul Bearer because Paul Bearer was unable to be there. We're going to see the return of Brian Christopher, a main event of Superstar Bill Dundee versus Coco Beware. And Brandon Baxter is going to be here, and we're going to see if he's learned his lesson or if he's going to double down on all this America-hating, flag-burning stuff. So a lot going on here today, guys.
I have a question. So if you went to the Coliseum, right, or if you watch it on TV, you didn't get to go to the Coliseum, but you got to see some clips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You always have said, Gene, I've heard you say, and everybody has said, you know, they're not going to pay for on Monday night what they can get free on TV. I can honestly say, man, as a kid, I never felt that way. I always I went to it at the Sportatorium, and then I knew I was going to get to see it on TV the next week. And I would there were things that I missed live that I didn't see on TV, or that I was able to see on TV because of where I was sitting. And so I've never bought that argument. I guess it's true. I'm not arguing that it's true. I've just never bought it because I thought I would always want to go see it. So even if I went to Blast Off at the Dome, I would be happy to see the clips too. You know what I mean? I never tried to substitute the two.
I got you. Where do you land on that, BT?
I could see where Monday night, if you want to, you watching Monday Night Raw or WCW at the time, but for some reason, because we lived in this area, this always felt like a hometown, team, kind of like I'm going to go support them. I was real busy in my real life during the opening of Power Pro, but it started slowing down around the time of next week. So I really wanted to go to that show, but we ended up just making fun of some stuff on it afterwards. But I like, and this is what Memphis has always done. And I don't know about you, Gene, but I always love the clips from Mid-South Coliseum, and it never did bother me that they were showing us clips. I wanted to see clips. I even sometimes watched. I don't know if you did. You have WMC because Jack Eaton would give you clips on a Monday night, and it would be different. Like Rob was saying, you could see stuff sometime you never would see on Memphis Wrestling because it would be the Channel 5 news. Cameras out there if they took them.
Well, we did until the end of '89. Then we lost WMC, and then we only had the Tupelo station, which had the week old.
Yeah.
I always liked the Jackson show because it was all Coliseum stuff.
Yeah. If you had both, like we got WMC live on Saturday, and then on Sunday we got the Tupelo show, which was essentially the same as the Jackson show. It was Coliseum matches, and if you were getting both, that was cool. But I thought when that got to be the only thing I had to watch, and you didn't get any of the live stuff, it felt less than for sure. Especially when you knew it was a week behind. You're like, he's showing me this old shit, and I get to see, whatever undercard match.
It was it was always four matches or 3.5 matches or something like that.
Right? Yeah, it's John Paul working Goliath or some shit, but. Anyway, so we start off this week's TV with a 6-man tag team match. Bobby Bronze, Lance Jade, and Ashley Hudson taking on Tony Falk, the Yellow Jacket, and Swole. And so I'm thinking when
feels like we're going back. This feels like we're going back to episode 1.
Like this is odd, but then somebody appears that we haven't seen recently, or at least we didn't think we were seeing recently. Let's take a look at this.
Top rope. Whoa, turns around. Flying press. He hooks the leg. He got him. Oh, yeah. Good win for Lance Jade, Bobby Bronze, Ashley Hudson. Oh, but it doesn't stop here, Dave.
Ashley Hudson got the pin. Tony Falk has just thrown Lance Jade out of the ring here. The action continues. The match is over.
Yep.
Oh, look, now they're double teaming Ashley. Into the rope. Down to the mat he goes.
Hey, look out.
There's Spellbinder in there.
What in the world does he have here? Look out.
What?
Got a bottle, man.
With a bottle, he breaks.
Oh, my
goodness. We saw him do that at the blast off at the Dome. He came in unannounced. What is he doing?
Oh, boy.
On Swole now with the...
That's ringing a bell.
Now he's got the referee.
Come on.
Bobby Braun says, don't do the referee. He's got him by the throat, picks him up in the air. Wow. Goodness. What is going on with this guy?
Look at this. He's got Lance Jade now, Dave.
For 2 or 3 weeks now, he was very unhappy over his record. But I can't believe what the Spellbinder is doing here.
All of a sudden.
We're not scheduled for interview. We got other things going on here.
Yeah, we do.
You see those animals right there? If you or you ever call me the Spellbinder again, you're going to end up just like everybody in there.
Doesn't want to be the Spellbinder. What do we call it?
What in the world is that all about? The Spellbinder just walks out of here.
Let him get out of here.
So the Spellbinder reappears, and he has a streak in his hair. And we haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, but we have been seeing people attack folks in the hallway. And they planted a streak down their back, Dave. So now we're starting to get some answers. Some things are starting to come together. We're making Streak. I don't want to call him Spellbinder and get my ass whipped. Streak, it comes in and just wipes out 6 guys by himself. Presses Bobby Bronze over his head and drops him down and gives him what Scott Hall used to call the sack of shit, where he just flings him over his head. He's got his latex pants on, which, nothing's more badass than a muscle dude and some
Oh, yeah, baby.
Latex breeches.
Hey, bring out the gimp.
Yeah, my big issue with this, and I'm going to pitch it to y'all, is he comes out, he makes a pretty good showing in the ring to, make a case for being a badass. He comes over and tells Dave Brown and Corey Macklin, hey, if you ever call me Spellbinder again, you're going to end up just like these guys in the ring. He turns and leaves, and before he's out of earshot, Dave Brown goes, I guess he doesn't like being called the Spellbinder. And Corey goes, yeah, the Spellbinder's been a dickhead, or whatever he said. And I'm like, y'all just killed his heat. You both just called him fucking Spellbinder before he even got through the curtain. Now he looks like an asshole. Am I the only one that thought that?
Go ahead.
Well, I would just thought, what is your name? That's what I thought. And also, I'm with you. They called him Spell as soon as he said not. He should have just beat the shit out of them two guys. And
He should have. He should have.
And then looked at the screen and said, "I am Streak."
Yeah.
Because we still don't know what his name is.
No, he didn't tell him. I mean, you have to just read between the lines with his little streak in his hair. But no, he didn't say from now on you call me Streak. He just said, don't call me Spellbinder. So we just have to be like, oh, the guy in the gay pants over there, you know, but we can't call him Spellbinder. We're going to get the hell beat out of us. What do you think, Rob?
I mean, this would have been during my college fratire days, right? So I would have thought about the Ray Stevens song.
Which is our thumbnail this week.
I would have thought about dirty underwear. I mean, why you want to go by the streak? I mean, it's not good. You never want a streak unless it's like the Undertaker's streak.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't understand. What the hell are we supposed to call you, dude? I don't know. You didn't tell us. Why don't you tell us? Ooh, you're a man of mystery. You were better off as Spellbinder, bro. Stay that.
Well, you know, he tried numerous times to get away from Spellbinder, and then he would always come back to it. But yeah, that's what our thumbnail's all about this week.
Oh my God, I'm thinking of the
Ray
Flash,
Stevens
dude.
song.
Oh my God, dude, the Flash. Remember when he?
Yeah, I was hoping people would get that.
Yeah, I got it.
But yeah, so that's how we start. Spellbinder comes. I'm sorry. Streak or man with no name, you know, the old Ed Leslie gimmick, you know, when they went through every name in the world and finally they just called him, literally put it on the chyron, the man with no name. Come out, wiped out 6 dudes, and then immediately got humiliated by the announcers, as far as I'm concerned.
You know, I've been through the desert on a man with no name.
So next up, we're going to go to Blast Off in the Dome highlights. Now, if you're watching this on video, we're going to play this video right now. If you're listening to the audio version, I'm going to edit this out because if you're just listening to the audio, you're going to hear like 3 minutes of lame music with no context. So it's going to jump from me going, hey, here's highlights, to us talking if you're listening to the audio version, and you're welcome. But if you're watching the video version, well, let's see a little bit of action from the Coliseum, the big Power Pro debut, Blast Off in the Dome.
Hey, was that Buddy Landell? Was that Buddy Landell that was in there at the very end?
It was. BT mentioned it last week when he talked about the card that Buddy Landell come in and attack Jared at the end for a future.
Oh, that's right.
Right.
Match, yeah.
I like the best part of that video, I think, was I loved when Brian James would do that, when Road Dogg would do that, shaking the whole thing. I was a big fan of that. And I like that they slowed this down to a 75% speed. Basically, they were doing maybe an 85% speed with a 24p shutter. And I thought that's cool the way they did that. So that was a really, really well put together. They could have done different music.
See, I don't know if that's the music they put in or if that's like YouTube swapped out licensed music for that. I'm not really sure. I'd have to see the original video to know for sure, because sometimes you'll get prompted that, hey, this is licensed music, and YouTube will let you pick some random shit. And you'll end up with something like that. It could go either way, honestly.
There was also a very good part of this video. I'm actually going to go back and watch that video again because I like it. The absolute.
There we go. Let me hit the button.
No, don't put the listeners through that. The best incarnation of the Midnight Express was right there too. You had Bart and Bob, and that was one of the best. Besides Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey, that's probably the best right there that you can get. And that's Bob and Bart.
Let me just respond to that statement as saying there's a long divide between playing heel and being a fucking asshole, and you just crossed that divide right there with your take on Bob and Bart being the best Midnight Express. Come on, give me a break.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, spoiler, we saw there that Derek King was not successful in his match against Jacqueline. He got his powder kicked up in his face. She did a spitting Booker T side kick on him, and he got pinned. So he will not be marrying Miss Jackie.
Dang.
So that's
damn shame. Damn shame.
It is. We talked about that match he had with Tony Falk recently, that he had the makings of a big-time babyface. The studio crowd was thoroughly behind him, and he had some great-looking punches and the super kick. And, I don't know. I know this is probably the original idea, I'm sure, but seeing how the crowd was reacting to him, I don't know if I wouldn't have called an audible, had him be a babyface and let, like, Bobby Braun's turn heel, because nobody gives a shit about him, and he looks like he could be a heel. I don't know if he could have talked as well as Derek did, but I guess they wanted to follow through what they had in mind to start with. And obviously he wasn't going to marry Jackie either way, but I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed. I didn't remember that from back then, that he come off so well as a babyface as he did during them couple of weeks where they were kind of teasing the split with Brandon and Tony Falk there. So,
yeah, I didn't remember that either. So, but he really did. And the crowd really got behind him. So, I don't know. It's even in the match that he has today, they get into it with him. So
yeah, and he was channeling Shawn Michaels in that entrance when they showed him in that video right there. He was all into it, buddy. I mean,
is DX at this point? Are they on the downhill run at this point in the WWE? Because he takes a job dead square in the middle to Brian Christopher, and Brian Christopher, of course, has already done the Too Sexy Brian Christopher gimmick because he's wearing too sexy pants. So not that his pants were too sexy, saying that his pants had too sexy on them. What was the deal there?
I mean, they weren't at their height, but I mean, they were still, him and Billy were still tag champs. They were still figured in pretty well. It's just in their mind, like, this is in Memphis. Nobody knows what the fuck's happening down here, It's the only reason they didn't have Kane kill Lawler in the main event, because of them. It's happening in a third world country. It might as well be. So, yeah, it wasn't a big deal for Road Dogg to come down there and lose to Brian, in their mind anyway. So, but yeah, they were still 98 this early in 98. Yeah, they were still, DX was still a pretty big deal up there. And like I said, Brian's just now really starting to take off. You know, that we haven't made it to Too Cool, the hip hop team. This is Too Cool, the heel team up there. And that whole light heavyweight tournament and all the weird shit they did with him, where he tagged with Jerry against Al Snow and his mannequin head, and a tag team match, and they put the bottle of Head and Shoulders into the mannequin head so he could pin it. Silly shit like that. But right now, we talked about, we're guessing Derek King's probably pretty upset with how his match turned out. Let's take a look here. He's about to get a shot at the Young Guns Championship. But first, we're going to hear a little bit from him about what he thinks of that match with Jackie and what his attitude is coming out of it.
And Milan, Tennessee is July 10th. Yeah, Milan, Tennessee. Milan's in Tennessee and Gibson County. Here's Derek King, Mr. Personalities here. Yes. Well, all right.
Here we go, Derek. What in the world you want to know?
For 10 weeks, I have chased Jacqueline around this studio, and I feel like the biggest idiot today, because let me tell you, Tony Falk was right. Women are the root of all evil, and I am sick and tired of being led on like an idiot. Now let me tell you, shut up while I'm talking over there. Anyway, today I am getting my mind off women. My mind is going to be on winning the Young Guns title right here, right today. So get my opponent out here right now so I can win the title.
Your opponent is the Young Guns champion, Kid Wicked. Mr. Personalities, Derek King, a little upset, Dave.
Yeah, and I understand that. He lost a match to Jacqueline at the Mid-South Coliseum at the Blast-Off in the Dome. And the stipulations on it, fans, was if he had won the match, Jackie said she would marry him, but he didn't win the match, so he's not going to get married.
Yeah, he's
Jackie anyway.
Upset about it.
Yeah, well, he's had trouble focusing maybe on matches from time to time. Had trouble with identity and all of that sort of thing. So maybe he is focused here today, but he's got his work cut out from him for him. As
hold on, Dave. Did I get this right? Did Derek King just come out of here and say he was completely through with women?
What he said.
Derek, I'm a little bit worried about you. I'm just a little bit worried.
What he said was, instead of concentrating on women, he's going to concentrate on his career, right?
King, look at this. He's getting that boot set. Kid Wicked gets on his feet. He misses with the super kick. Comes back and catches him with it. He's got a pin. 1, 2, and
he broke the cover at the 2 count.
Up on the apron now is Kid Wicked's valet, and she's calling Derek over. What is she doing? Oh, what is this about? Oh, that's what it's about.
Oh, distraction. That's what it's about.
Oh, my goodness. 1, 2, 3. And Kid Wicked retains the Young Guns title, Dave.
Kid Wicked couldn't follow his own directive there, and he was distracted by Kid Wicked's valet over in the corner, and it may have cost him that match because it looked like he had a chance at least.
Everybody wanted to look like Buff Bagwell then. I couldn't think of what it was, and that's what it was. It's like everybody had that Buff Bagwell look. I can't get past that with Kid Wicked, but man, those kids can work. Derek King's still working his ass off, man.
Yeah, and he should have stuck with his first inclination that he was done with women. But
done with women. Why did you get up on the apron, dude? Why'd you do it?
So what'd you think of all that, BT?
I liked it. I love these two guys together, and I guess it's sort of like, to me, I'm excited because I know what it ends up. We end up having one of the best matches. I mentioned, I think, last week of Power Pro history between these two guys. So it's fun to see them two guys in the ring against each other. What was the valet? They didn't even say the valet's name again, neither. And so I'm going to call her Streak 2.
No, she's Miss Destiny, and she worked down at Church of Purple Lights.
Is that the same girl that was here the first time?
Yeah,
What they were
it's the
calling
same one who was with
Veronica
him
or whatever.
I don't know how they.
when he
Yeah,
had the trophy and he came out. Yeah,
yeah. I think they said her
Yeah.
name was Veronica, but
Veronica. Okay.
she's wearing damn near the same outfit.
she wasn't here last week and we made no mention of it. Now suddenly she's back again. I think I noticed her in the clips from the Coliseum. So maybe, her shift was early last Saturday is why she wasn't here.
She's also from the Yinkin.
Yeah.
Did Corey I've got to know here, did they announce as soon as they came back from those clips that they're going back to the Coliseum? So they already know they're going back on July 21st. Yeah. So boom, 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 kind of when it comes to these shows and promoting and having big angles. And, you got to give it to the whole crew. Look at the gate that they drew for the first show. And will it continue at the next Coliseum show? And this show coming up next week, we'll watch. That was a really fun show. I can't wait to see it.
They're
again.
coming up on something later in the show too, right, Gene? Where there's something else about to come up that's going to be pretty big.
Yeah, the name they're throwing around about coming to the next one has potential. Even though he wasn't as big as he would become, he still was a pretty big deal even at this point. So, yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later on. So then we get a big recap of what went on with Brandon Baxter last week, all the anti-flag stuff and the Creighton armor coming out and being, stone cold Mr. Badass and all that jazz. And I'm hoping this clip is going to work right because something has gone awry with it because it says it's 53 minutes long. I'm hoping the first couple of minutes is what we're wanting to see. If I click on it and it's not, then we may just have to just talk about what Brandon did. But if not, I'm going to bring it up here. This should be Brandon coming out and doubling down on his hatred of America and his disdain for the flag and all that good stuff. Let's see.
I've never seen him that upset here before, and here's the reason right here, Brandon Baxter. I tell you what, let me talk to him. If you don't, let me talk to this kid here. All right, but we just saw that videotape. I can't believe you would come out here and do that sort of thing. I have no more respect for this station.
Why don't you shut your mouth? Week after week, I've come out here.
That's right.
And people didn't seem to listen to me. But last week, it seems like I got a little bit of attention. It seems like I got everybody in Memphis and everybody in WMC TV5 listening to me.
You do.
So, what I'm going to do today is the same thing I did last week. I'm going to talk a little slower. I'm going to be more to the point. I'm going to be real direct. You see, from day one, Randy Hales has hated my stinking guts. You've hated me, and TV5 has hated my stinking guts.
Well, when you do things like last week...
So what Randy Hales does, he brings in Double J Jeff Jarrett to the Mid-South Coliseum this past Tuesday night, and he hits me with a guitar. You see the cut on the forehead. He gives me a severe concussion, but that's all fine and dandy because I'm back here today, and I'm back and better than ever.
Well, I tell you what we're going to do.
Let me ask you something. This is something that puzzles me, Dave. This is a multi-million-dollar television station, correct?
Correct.
Then why do the people at TV5 not understand that these people want to see Mr. Ratings, the female fantasy, Brandon Baxter?
Well, I tell you, because ratings are important in this business. Very, very important. But that's not all that's important. There are more things that are important, like honor, like respect for the flag, like all of that sort of thing. That's important, too.
You shut your mouth. Respect and honor are real important. I'm telling you this, Dave Brown. These people better shut up. Respect and honor may be real important, but Brandon Baxter is the man that gets the ratings. I should be all over this television station, and you people at TV5 just don't understand it. Creighton Armor came out here last week, and he tried to censor me. Why? This is America, right? And you people want to celebrate, but he tries to censor me because I'm telling everybody how I feel.
Well, yeah, he did censor you, and it's a good thing, and I'm going to censor you right now, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. He's already told you Power Pro Wrestling has been moved next week. It's not going to be at this time next week. It's going to be at prime time, 7 o'clock from Tom Lee Park, the Rumble on the River. And as the highlight of the Rumble on the River, you're under contract. You're under contract to Power Pro Wrestling. Here's what you're going to do. You are going to stand there in front of 60, 80, 100,000 people live at the river and all the thousands of people watching on television. And you, Brandon Baxter, are going to pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America right there live next week. No. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, Dave. You see, the reason you're saying this is because you want to make me mad. You want me to yell, you want me to scream, and you want my face to turn red and the veins to pop out of my head and neck. But I'm not going to satisfy you with that, Dave. I told you last week that there's a flag, and if I found a flag, I was going to hold it up, I was going to spit in it, wad it in the ball, and light it on fire.
You're not going to do that here.
I'm going to get my crew together, and in just a little bit, I'm going to do just that. That flag is going to be set on fire here today.
It is not going to be set on fire. You're not going to touch. You're not going to have any. We're going to take a break. He's not going to do that. I'm telling you.
Right. There's where it went right there. But you get the gist of it. Brandon's coming out. He's saying everything because it's funny because Dave's like, let me come around here and talk to this young kid right here. Dave's going to set him straight, and I love how Brandon just plowed right through him. Like every time he was about to cut him off and steer things in different directions, Brandon's like, "Shut up!" and just kept talking. So more good stuff on the microphone from Brandon. But where we eventually get with that is. Creighton Armor comes out again, and they tell Brandon that he's under contract and he has to do what he's told, and he's going to have to come out there and pledge allegiance to the American flag in front of 60 to 100,000 people at the Rumble on the River. And I don't know what all his contract says, but I mean, Rob, you have a legal background. Can a company force someone to pledge allegiance to a flag?
Well, I mean, they have what's called willing and wanton conduct, which means they have prior bad acts. They have been known to suspend somebody and then bring them back the next week. So we can use prior bad acts and say, no, you're not going to force me to pledge. But if I'm not going to get paid, that means I have no gas money to get back to Dallas, and I got to pay Jackie half a trans. So,
Yeah, there you go. So that's the deal. We're teasing next week at the Rumble on the River that Brandon Baxter is going to be forced to pledge allegiance to the flag when he's promised today in the end of that segment that we didn't get to see. He has promised before this show goes off the air, there just happened to be an American flag sitting next to the desk over there. Because you got a guy running around threatening to burn a flag. Why wouldn't you just go ahead and display a flag over there?
That's right.
Purely coincidental.
Pure coincidence.
But he's promised that he's going to burn it, and Dave has promised, no, he won't. No, he won't. So if nobody else stops him, apparently Dave is going to bow up and put a stop to that. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out as the show goes on. After that, we went to highlights of Lawler versus Kane from the blast off of the Dome. But the thing that stood out. I don't know. This shows how weird some of us are here. The first thing that stood out to me when I watched this clip, and I knew BT would say the same thing because we've commented on this here, and I think Rob has even commented on this before too. Jerry Lawler went to the Mid-South Coliseum that night knowing that he was going to wrestle Kane. So what does he bring to wear? Red and black.
Oh, I saw that. I was so pissed.
Of all, we all know that Jerry Lawler has literally thousands of pairs of tights and singlet combinations in his big closet somewhere. He's wrestling Kane. Kane has never worn anything but red and black. So what does he wear? He wears red and freaking black. I couldn't even concentrate on the clip once I saw that. I was like, why?
I got in your head. I'm always talking about gear. Both
guys.
Why? They're supposed to be wearing two separate colors. You're supposed to bring multiple suits to wrestling with you. If you're going to wrestle a guy in blue tights and you got blue tights on, go take the son of a bitches off and put your green tights on. He did that on purpose, Gene. He did it completely on purpose. Yeah.
Because I understand you both show up and, oops, well, we both bought the same thing. I don't have another pair of gear. Kane wears red and black, damn it. You call it Raw
He's not going to wear anything different, yeah.
He wasn't going to show up in something. There's that fake picture that goes around of him in the green and black when they said he was going to be part of DX, but that's been debunked. That is, in fact, not real. So, all right, well, let's take a look at what they'll show us of Kane versus Lawler, because some of it was so heinous, they just can't show it on TV. But here's what they will.
due to what happened at beyond that point, we just don't want to show it on television.
Yeah.
And
no way we can show that. But Jim Cornette led Kane to the ring, and he had some words after that match Tuesday night from the Coliseum. Here's Cornette.
What kind of animal? What kind of animal would do this when I first hit the Memphis city limits? The people told me, they said, the King ain't going to go down in Memphis, Tennessee. Jerry the King Lawler is not going to lose in Memphis, Tennessee, but I didn't know to what lengths he would stoop. Lawler, you got in that ring against the giant, against the monster, and you couldn't find the chink in the armor. You couldn't find the Achilles heel. So what did you do? When all those thousands of your subjects had come from every part of Memphis and all the surrounding areas, and they were standing on their feet, and they were cheering you on, and you knew you were about to lose, you resorted to the most vile act that I've ever seen one human being perpetrate on another. You know this man was disfigured in a fire. You know that he lost the sight of one eye in a fire. He's blind in one eye. That means he can only see out of the other. And you, somehow that fire-making apparatus that you always carry around, that didn't work. So what did you do? You took a common, ordinary lighter. You flicked it, and with that flame turned up all the way, you stuck it into that man's good eye and tried to put it out. Well, he nearly lost his sight forever, Lawler, but not quite. You didn't quite get the job done. But you've got to look at yourself in the mirror, Jerry Lawler, and you've got to ask yourself, what kind of animal are you? And I think that everybody, from Randy Hales, Memphis Power Pro Wrestling, all the way to every governing body that professional wrestling has, should ban you, Jerry Lawler, ban you from ever participating in another heinous act like this, but banning you from the ring forever. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, Lawler, what have I become? What have I turned into? What kind of animal would do this to another human being?
All right, there you see it. The big main event, Lawler and Kane. Cornette asks, how could you do this to another? Kane sits there with his head down, rocking that whole time.
Yep.
And he's like, how could you do this to another human being? And the way he described it, because they alluded to this was something so heinous, we're just not even going to show a replay of it. So I'm thinking, oh my God, what could this have been? But the way Cornette described it, it sounds like to me, Lawler had a Hogan Warrior Halloween Havoc moment with the fire and had to resort to just sticking the lighter up to the eye hole of Kane's mask.
I was gonna be like, what the fuck is going on with that?
Meanwhile, Kane's selling it like he shoved a blowtorch in his mouth, like he took the torch that freaking Nate the Rat, that Nate the Rat had on USWA this past week and shoved it in the eye hole of it.
Lance,
yeah, I was like, dang, man, we could have done without Cornette describing that, because now I kind of see through it. But anyway, I mean, Lawler wasn't going to straight up get beat by Kane, even though I said earlier this is Memphis, it don't really matter. They still weren't going to have Lawler straight up beat Kane. Kane wasn't going to beat Lawler. So this is what we got. And, it's a pretty big main event for the first. I mean, even though a year and a half ago, this would have been Lawler versus Doomsday at, the USWA show. It wouldn't have been at the Coliseum because they were already out of the Coliseum by then. They had, fallen off. But
they were on some tent at that time.
Yeah, they were at the Big One Flea Market or a 10 or wherever.
Big One Expo Center, which, by the way, for bonus points right now to either one of y'all, and you do not have time to Google. You have 5 seconds to answer this question. I'll Venmo either one of you. I will Venmo either one of you $10 right now tonight if you answer this question. Hey, that's 2 months worth of Patreon, BT. I'll email you or I'll Venmo you if you can answer this question. What is the name of the store that the Big One Expo Center was originally? What was the original store name? 5, 4, 3,
I'll defer to
2, 1. The design on the front of it that were those little arches, that was for Zayre, Z-A-Y-R-E, Zayre stores back in the 80s. Thank you. I'm a bunch of useless fucking trivia here.
I actually saw Lawler wrestle Sid in a hair match at the Big One. I met and got a picture with Jesse James Armstrong there that night. I saw Reggie B and Brickhouse Brown in tag team action. I saw heel Jamie wrestle Bill in a singles match. It was.
I've been doing the World Class show, and I keep hearing Skandar Akbar call him Outhouse Brown, and I can't get that out of my head.
Oh, Skandar, he's quite the card. Yeah, so that was the replay of that. And
what year was that, Gino?
What's that?
When you went and saw
that would have been, I say I was in college. That would have been late 95 or early 96.
All right, so it was well before Power Pro. This was USWA.
Oh yeah, this was USWA still, but before it had fell off and gotten really, really bad. Like
Power Pro never worked. They never had any reason to work there, right?
No. Power Pro, they started at the Coliseum and I guess continued there through most of its run. But
right.
But yeah, this was right before USWA started getting shitty, before they had the Memphis Nation of Domination and all that nonsense. So next up, we have got a tag team match. Sexy Brian Christopher in there, teaming up with Mabel, taking on Sir Mo B. Awesome and Master B.
Are you willing to do that intro again the right way?
Which one?
Are you going to introduce Corey yet?
I mean, you only got to. Oh no, that's a Patreon thing, dude. We're not doing that on here. You got to pay for that.
He has a little blow up Corey running around.
No.
We're gonna get him to do it, BT. We'll get him to do it one day. We're gonna have to work hard.
Yeah, not today. But let's take a look at a little bit of this tag team match here, where you got the two members of Men on a Mission on opposite sides, along with Brian and Master B, Reggie B. Fine, or as he is now in USWA show we're watching, the Candy Man. It'll make you beg for Master B back once you see the Candy Man. Good God.
We're going to see the Too Sexy Man, Brian Christopher, and he's got Big Mabel here with him today on the Power Hour. Their opponents today are going to be, look at this, BJ Awesome and Master B. Mabel. Straight into the studios of TV5 as we're live on the Power Hour. What do we say, guys?
What about it, Corey? I'm excited to be back. I'm excited because I got my big man right here.
He's right
King
here.
Mabel.
Hey, but
All 500.
Mabel, congratulations on a big win down at the Coliseum this past Tuesday night.
Well, it's another hot day in Memphis, Tennessee, and a hot feud is brewing too. Me versus BJ or B.A. Awesome. I'm gonna be in your face from now on, so bring it on out here, partner.
Hey, I congratulated Mabel, but Brian, what a big win for you over one half of the WWF Tag Team Champions, D-Generation X's Road Dogg. Big win for you down there Tuesday night.
That's right. Thank you, Corey.
Congratulations.
You know, one of the reasons I got that victory is not because how sexy I am. It's not because what a great wrestler I am. It's because that match was right there in Memphis, Tennessee, my hometown, with all my fans right up there in the stands. Because I cannot be beat, Corey Macklin, in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's why right now, I'm issuing a challenge. I'm issuing a challenge to one of the top dogs up there in the WWF, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, The Rock, Rocky Maivia. It's been a while since I've had a strap around my waist. And right now, I want the world to know, Rocky Maivia, I want that belt you got, but I want that match in Memphis, Tennessee. So if you got the guts, accept my challenge right there at the Mid-South Coliseum. I want your belt, boy.
Too Sexy Brian Christopher and Mabel and Brian Dave issuing a big challenge to The Rock, Rocky Maivia, to come to Memphis in the Coliseum.
Hey, an Intercontinental
title, yeah.
Intercontinental Championship match here. That would be great. Hey, maybe we can get that for the 21st of July.
Oh, that would be super, wouldn't it?
I bet Randy will be working on that first, probably this afternoon. He'll go to work on it. Well, BJ Awesome and Master B are here.
Hey, we're going to whoop that one so bad when I get through with him, he ain't going to be running to King Mabel.
Oh, boy. Master B.
Goodness.
And he's got BJ Awesome with him. What a huge tag team match coming up next here on the Power Hour. Looking forward to this one. And, hey, I understand Dave Lawler hadn't made it yet.
No, he wasn't here just before we went to the last break. Well, we still hope to maybe he'll make it before we go off the air here. Well, anyway, let's talk about this match right here. Let me tell you first, that Lawler-Kane match, things were not going all that well for Lawler at one point in the match. And the reason we had to censor it is because something happened there that just wasn't appropriate to show on TV. It wasn't appropriate, I don't think, for Lawler to do it at all. And that's why Cornette was so upset. Now, I've seen Cornette upset about a lot of things in the past, but maybe he had a reason this time. I don't know.
Look at Master B in the ring, Dave, doing a little strut and said he's big head bouncing, and oh my goodness.
Don't forget, next week we will not be on at 11 o'clock. Now, we'll be returning the following week to our regular time.
Yep.
But next week we are going to be live in prime time. Power Pro Wrestling, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. next Saturday night, July 4th, live from Tom Lee Park. Going to have the ring, going to have bleachers, going to have everything there. We hope you will be there, and if you can't be there, we certainly hope you'll be watching all evening right here on TV5. Power Pro live. It's the Rumble on the River.
Oh, big drop kick from Too Sexy Brian Christopher, and Master B's over in the corner. Look at Brian now with a little shake, rattle, and roll in the middle. Oh! He misses him as he went to try to stop Brian from his little strut in there. Hey, you talked about the Rumble on the River next Saturday night, Dave, 7 o'clock until 8, right here on TV5, and you mentioned 70. Made me think about the weather. Well, I think we can take these neckties off next week. Man.
Hey, yeah, no, we can be a little comfortable. We may show up in blue jeans and a
sandals
shirt
or
or something.
yeah.
But I tell you what, it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot action on the river next week, too. Don't you dare miss the Rumble on the River. Can't wait for it.
Boy, there's so much history being made here in Memphis with Power Pro Wrestling. And history will be made again next Saturday night.
Don't forget, coming up here still, we've got a double main event, including... Whoa!
Double clothesline, speaking of double, Dave. He took BJ Awesome and Master B out of there, out on the floor.
They're both out of that ring.
Yeah.
I was going to say, coming up, part of the double main event, Coco Beware will be going against the superstar, Bill Dundee. What's going on, said BJ Awesome? Well, he ought to know his former tag team partner.
Yeah.
King Mabel went after it.
Big Mabel, boy, comes in at 566 pounds. Now, that's probably...
Probably light.
Yeah, probably light. Probably through the week, I was going to say. On the weekends, no telling what this guy weighs. Boy, he is huge. BJ Awesome just pounding away at Mabel. And Big Mabel whips him into the rope. Takes him down as he stops there. Whoa! What's to drop that big elbow and missed him.
Awesome had moved.
Christopher's got Master B. He catches Master B. Comes over the top with that super kick. Right to the back of the head of Master B. Master B's already missing some teeth in there.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else he'll be missing after Christopher gets through with it.
Yeah, because Brian is one happy camper here today, let me tell you, after a big victory over the Road Dogg at the Blast-Off.
Yeah.
Look at this. Mabel standing on BJ Awesome over there.
Oh,
meanwhile, Master B
stops him.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of the ring. Want to remind the fans about Power Pro on tour tonight. Oxford, Mississippi at the high school there in Oxford. Get ready. Whoa! Oh. From behind! Mabel squashes Master B and BJ Awesome.
He just pressed them both against the turnbuckle. Super kick by Brian Christopher. One, two,
they got him. Cut off the lights. The party's over. Too Sexy Brian Christopher. Mabel, what a team they make, Dave.
Oh, man. Brian leaps out of the ring in celebration of the victory here today on Power Pro Wrestling. Still no Jerry Lawler, but I understand a courier has delivered a tape. More on that in just a moment.
All right, so we saw most of what I want to get the promo there of Brian giving that challenge. I wanted to get Mo on his way to the ring. Mabel reaches down, smacks him in the back of the head, and Mo turns around and just flings that whole cup of water all over him. And then I wanted to get Reggie B saying they were going to beat Mabel so bad.
Can I ask
get in the ring? They were going to call him Rodney King Mabel from now on.
I have a question. Who chose to name him Mabel?
I guess Vince. I mean, that's where he got the name, was when he came to WWF, because he was, Nelson Knight before that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's a lot better than Mabel.
Oh, yeah. No argument from anybody. I don't think anybody has ever made a case for that being a good name for him whatsoever.
Got it.
Do you have any insight on that, BT? Have you ever heard anybody say like a reason or where it came from?
Only thing I would know is just there's Mo and there's May. I'm just something so simple as the first name.
I don't want to be named a rib.
So,
and
maybe,
I
don't know.
Known.
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at it, it is a lady's name. So,
yeah, I mean, but Vince was really big on like Mo, Mabel, man on a mission.
Right.
It's the alliteration of it. So that's the only thing I can figure. But yeah, and the fact that he held on to it for as long as he did before he finally becomes Viscera, which I don't know if I'd rather be called King Mabel than Viscera.
Yeah, what is Viscera? Like, I was going to ask that, but then, and it's like Mo, Mabel. I guess Curly and Larry were taken, so they couldn't use those. I don't know.
So the other big thing from that promo right there is Brian just laid down a challenge to The Rock, Rocky Maivia, for the Intercontinental title. So that we're looking to make that our money match for July 21st. If we can get The Rock, because like I said, he's not movie star Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but he's still a big damn deal. He's starting to get over here. We haven't dropped the Rocky Maivia yet, but he's a big deal. So to get him in Memphis, and even Dave says that would be huge if Randy can get it done. And so I don't know if they already had that locked in or if that was just kind of going on a wing and a prayer, like, go out there and say it, Brian, and then maybe we can, lock it down after that and just see what the reaction is, see if the fans, get up for it or whatever. But we end up getting a super kick, and surprise, surprise, guess who got pinned? Go figure. Master B eats the pinfall. This one would have never imagined that one in a million years. And this next segment's a little odd. Like, I forgot that this is where this goes here. So Randy's out, and he says that we've got a tape from the King, who sent this in, and he hasn't had a chance to watch it yet. He doesn't know what it says, so he's just going to blindly throw a tape on live television here and hope for the best. So let's see what the King had to say coming out of his match with Kane not Monday night, Tuesday night at the Mid-South Coliseum.
I want to take this opportunity to do something that I haven't had to do too many times in my career, and that's apologize to the wrestling fans of Memphis, Tennessee. I want to say I'm sorry to my hometown wrestling fans, just because I just didn't get the job done last Tuesday night. Here it was, the main event of the inaugural show of Memphis Power Pro Wrestling. Kane comes all the way in from the World Wrestling Federation to do not only Paul Bearer's dirty work, but to help Randy Hales out, try to get rid of the King. Boy, for 3 or 4 weeks I came out here and crowed about how I really earned the title of the King. I didn't just go out and buy some crown somewhere. I told everybody exactly how much trouble Kane was going to be in when he stepped in my backyard. Well, that didn't come off. Because when it got right down to it, I knew what it was going to take to get rid of Kane. I knew I had to come out with the fire. I knew that was the one thing that Kane feared. And when it was time for the fire, the magic malfunctioned. I just didn't get the job done. Then I resorted to something that I don't even want to talk about, except for the fact to say that I'm ashamed that I did it. So I've been thinking about that match a lot since last week, and maybe Randy Hales is right. Maybe a lot of people are right. Maybe the King just can't get it done in Power Pro Wrestling right now. And so I think what I'll do is probably stick to announcing in the World Wrestling Federation. If they want me to wrestle there, I may try that a time or two. But for right now, Randy Hales, Memphis Power Pro Wrestling is your baby. And you don't have the King to kick around anymore, so I want to wish you all the luck in the world. And I want to once again say to the fans of Memphis, Tennessee, that I apologize for my performance last Tuesday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. Thank you.
Well, he didn't come right out and say it, but he almost said he was retiring from Power Pro here.
You know, I didn't preview that. That's exactly what he did say. You know, this is 1998, Dave, and things change. And apparently it has changed, and you heard it from Jerry Lawler.
And I'm in shock.
It's a new day. It's a new day.
I guess so. Okay. Thanks, Randy.
With that happening, though, I have to, make decisions, and
we'll talk more. The announcement from Lori.
Okay, so a very strange Lawler here. This sounds like probably what Stacy would hear the next morning after things didn't go off the way he planned the night before.
After the Memphis Police Department got a call.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what happened. Usually
I really didn't mean to do it.
Right
I just got crazy, and I just did something I shouldn't have done. And
like, I don't know. I couldn't get it done last night. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. And even he referenced the magic didn't work. Basically, even he admitted, like, yeah, I tried to throw the fire and fucked it up. And then I resorted to something I wished I hadn't done, sticking a lighter in the damn. So my question is, are we just playing off what happened and just rolling with that? Or is that the way that was supposed to go so Lawler could cut this promo and we could have him walk away? Or are we just, all right, that's what happened.
Is Lawler going to walk away here?
Don't make us spoil it, Rob.
No, don't make us spoil
Well, then there you go. So I think it's set up for Lawler to be able to start to make an exit.
I don't know. What do you guys think about? BT, what do you think about this?
No,
promo?
I think he was going to throw a fireball and stuff. And then, I don't know where the angle was going. Randy'd have to tell us all that. But I know what they were going to do at the show next week. And they had already planned to do that. So Lawler was going to be involved because he was going to make this big grand entrance and everything. They had planned all that. So they knew Lawler was going to be there and what the angle they were going to run. This thing with Rob was just having fun a few minutes ago, but he was doing the Terry Funk My Eye, and Lawler's apologizing for trying to poke someone's eye out with the cigarette lighter. And look at what he's already done to Terry Funk before. So
it's kind of his
to
thing.
me, it wasn't even believable. That part wasn't believable.
I think they fucked it up, and Randy saw the fuck up, and he's like, look, dude, you're going out here tomorrow, and you're cutting a fucking promo that doesn't make us look like complete fucking idiots. That that spot in front of people. And by the way, you don't own this company, and you're not booking this company, so I'm the one that's running it. So here you go. This is what you're going to do. I don't think Lawler wanted to do that interview.
Well, he wasn't in it. I don't know. They also stopped the video. Did y'all notice that? They stopped the video before, and I actually thought they did. They were just going to say he threw a fireball. That's what I thought they were going to do, and he had screwed it up, So I don't know. That'd be interesting. That could be a good question when Lawler stuck him with a cigarette, try to burn his eye with a cigarette lighter. Was that planned? I would vote no. That wasn't.
Yeah. It's funny because you have to second guess everything you see in this era because they were constantly trying to work everybody with work, shoot, work, and so, and it works to some level because here we are, 30 years later almost going, well, is that what, who knows? So you can't really say. So kudos for that. But yeah, it was just such an un-Lawler promo, but it just felt like Lawler was apologizing for fucking up a fireball spot the same as he would if he couldn't get it up, and now he's embarrassed. Like, I don't know what happened, man. I was tired. I didn't get much sleep the night before. I've been throwing fireballs for 40 years, and I don't know what happened, but sorry guys. I'm gonna go home and just quit wrestling now because I fucked up the fireball spot the other night.
I'm out. I'm ashamed.
No, he wasn't ashamed about the fireball. He was ashamed about taking the cigarette lighter and grudging it up in his eye. And I mean why was he ashamed of that? You'd already done it. To me, I was just like, none of that makes any sense. What I think is they made that, in the way they made that video, they may have been going in a different direction. They would have just said he burned Kane, and just went with that. And then, he could, maybe they're going with what I would have done is what I would do is BT the Booker, since, I own Power Pro also now. I would have done the suspended Lawler for the big fireball or something. And then said we're going to make a new king. And then, Lawler does it. That's the direction I would. It's just so weird that videotape is.
Because Randy could have come out and been like, "Hey, we're getting WWF stars down here in Memphis, and you about screwed that up, sticking the lighter in his fucking eye. Vince McMahon ain't going to send Rocky Maivia down here if his freaking head might get set on fire. So you fuck off. We're not doing that." So there's a lot of other ways they could have went with that. And that might mean it need to be the new way we end the show every week. BT is BT the Booker, and you tell how you would have
no, y'all ain't gonna get me super heat for that. Nope.
Here's what I would have done, and then
this is what I would have done. I would have.
We're doing that. That's
I would have been the
hey.
heel commissioner, and I would have been
We're doing BT. We're doing the BT the Booker segment at the end of every episode.
Shut up,
yes,
BT.
Yes. And then there'll be a new podcast come out within 2 weeks of
BT the Booker.
Fuck BT the Booker. And everybody that looks like him.
What was that thing in Stir Crazy? They said that guy killed his whole family and anybody that looked like him.
Anybody that looked like him.
Yeah.
Was it Cornette says? Anybody that looks like you, talks like you, smells like you, or thinks like you.
So Dundee and Samantha come out for their match with Coco, but like Bill's got this thing and almost feels like a running joke now that even though Corey and Dave will go through where we're going to be earlier in the show and they got graphics and video and the whole bit, Bill always still comes out, I guess he's old school, and like, I'm going to tell everybody where I'm going to be. It's the same fucking towns for the most part, but he does it every time. So him and Samantha come out, and he has to tell where it's going to be, but he also takes a moment to say that he watched the match with Lawler and Kane, and he didn't think Lawler did that bad, which now it's not. Now it's like we're questioning how the match went. Like, hey, you worked pretty good.
I gave it 2 stars.
Yeah, exactly.
Gave it 2 stars.
Exactly. So now it feels
he calls
like
him Percy. Dude, did you catch that?
Yes, Percy. What's that called? That guy? So he's like, hey, the match didn't suck that bad, Lawler. Don't quit. We're the 3.5. And he puts them over and says, hey, we're the only legends left, or whatever. Basically saying they're the only draw that Memphis has.
You're right. Well, they
sure
believed that anyway. So I mean, that was a shoot, motherfucker.
To the bitter end. All through Corey stuff. But anyway, so then we get Dundee and Coco. It's supposed to be happening. But let's see. Remind me, I didn't clip this. I'm trying to think of how we get to Coco and Ashley Hudson.
Coco first hit. No, does he hit Dundee with the chair?
Yes, during the promo.
Yeah, during the promo. Even Samantha does a bump. I was wanting her to do the stunner on Coco, but
we were waiting on the stunner. I thought she was going to do it, but then she took the bump, and then it was like,
then Dave gets really mad at Coco. I was cracking up. He gets really mad for shoot, and then Randy runs out there. We're going to name a new king. We're going to name a new king, and so I don't know where that voice came from, but and then we get Coco in the ring against Ashley Hudson, and Ashley gets an ass whooping.
He gets freaking squashed. Hey, I know what I was going to say about the highlights from the Blast Off the Dome. What stood out to me almost more than the red and black tights with Lawler. Dundee took a brain buster on the stage from Coco.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez. How in the
Well, you
world
also
they talking
know,
into that?
And it looks stiff. It looks stiff.
It did look.
Scary.
This is going to surprise y'all, but it looked like Ricky Morton took the heat too.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? Oh my God!
I'm like, well, they're changing things up down there. But I mean, when I saw Coco give him that brainbuster on the stage. I'm like, why is he booked in a match today? They should have had an interview with Dundee from the hospital. At least put the towel neck brace on. Yeah, prime time for that. Don't have him in a match after that. Good God! And then Coco comes out, creams him with the chair. He even kicked Samantha.
Yeah,
half-ass. It wasn't like full on. Not
wasn't
the way
like
he
he did Jackie
and Jackie, but good enough. So Randy Hales comes out and says a new king is going to be named.
New king.
And we got a little clip right here of that. Let's see. First of all, let's see this quick little Rumble on the River spot that they aired. It's like 27 seconds.
It's about good and evil. It's Rumble on the River, when the good take on the bad, for honor, for country, standing tall for America, the #1 nation on the planet. Live from Tom Lee Park and live on TV5, Saturday, July 4th, 7 p.m., only on WNC TV5.
I'm going that sumbitch. I don't care what you say. I'm going.
I just had to play it because I love that. It's good versus evil.
Yeah.
It's decency versus filth. Oh, wrong federation. Sorry.
And so now let's watch the clip where Brandon comes out and burns the American flag in front of God and everybody on live television right here and see if
do it, Brandon.
Well, due to the announcement that Jerry Lawler made just a few minutes ago, Randy Hales has just told me, Corey, that at the Rumble on the River next week, 7 o'clock next week, that Power Pro Wrestling, Coco, we've had enough of you. We're making an announcement. You get it. Bill Dundee, you've already heard him, Coco, for heaven's sake. Looks like he's not going to be able to go. That's Ashley Hudson. Get in the ring.
Busted him down on the concrete floor, Coco.
What I was trying to say, Randy has told me that due to the announcement that Jerry Lawler has made just moments ago, Power Pro Wrestling will name a new king of Power Pro Wrestling next week at the Rumble on the River. And says that he is going to concentrate on his announcing career and maybe a little wrestling with WWF. But as far as Power Pro is gone, he and Randy have, kind of had some problems the last couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah, they have.
He said, Randy, it's all yours. It's all yours. Wow.
Look at Coco Way. He's got Ashley Hudson. Puts that bird buster on him right in the middle of the ring. 1 count, 2 and 3. And the Birdman, Coco Beware, with the win over Ashley Hudson.
Nothing. Hey, I don't know what you got all your guys out here for, but I tell you what.
Hey, look, let me tell you.
Not going to have that. Just put the flag down.
Lester, you're not going to do this stuff out here.
Just put the flag down.
Hey, let's go ahead. Leave
Put the flag down.
You guys leave this flag alone. Here we go.
Dave.
What are you doing out here? What are you doing out here?
Exactly right. Frank Armour out here.
I told you I was going to burn the flag and I'm going to do it. This is none of your business. You give me that flag. You give me the flag right now because I'm going to light it on fire.
Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me, Dave Brown.
You give me the flag. Get out of here. Get all these flags out of here.
Randy Hales back with me.
Dave, just want everybody to say this crazy show today, excitement today, Rumble on the River at 7 o'clock.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Jerry Lawler has called the booth and says if you name a new king next week, it'll be the biggest mistake you ever made. That's the message from Jerry Lawler.
He said he was finished.
I know. That's what he said. Next week.
Well, there you see it. Chaos erupts. Coco, good Lord. Poor Ashley Hudson. He just does a tap dance on Ashley Hudson's head and face
That guy.
and everything. Good Lord.
Hey, I wanted to ask too. I'm not down with Coco's gimmick here. Dude, those suspenders and that stuff, I don't like it makes me think like, remember the micro machines, the little racing cars, and they had the checkered flag on them?
Yeah.
It just makes me feel Hot Wheelish. You understand?
I mean, I hated when Owen and Jim Neidhart was wearing that getup. I hated it.
I didn't like Bob Holly.
And then when Coco and Owen were wearing it, I hated it. And then
Bob Holly?
And so I'm sure that Owen probably burned his once they told him he could stop wearing them. But yet Coco wore these in Memphis for freaking years, literally.
I got a pair of those. I'll wear them next week, y'all. I'll wear them.
They got the checkerboards on the side too.
Yep, checkerboards on the side.
All right. Well, there you
go. You have the tights and everything.
Yeah, and with the suspenders, I like Owen used to wear. So.
Well, I tune in,
but I won't be able to wear a shirt. Is that okay?
So I'm not going to be able to make next week's show, Gene. I needed to tell you. I was looking at the calendar. I'm not going to be able to make next week's show.
Guys, I love Coco Ware as a heel. God, I love him as a heel. He just constantly at the desk. Constant. I just love
you like him because he beats the shit out of people.
I like watching that too, which is, I'd hate to be Ashley Hudson, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was on some shows with him around this same time period. And there was even a show like in Jackson, Mississippi, where we were out there and they're like, Coco and his boys are going to run in because he had a bunch of trainees. And I got the hell out of there. Coco didn't get a chance to lay a finger on me. I wasn't going there.
You told that story. I had the same thing happen with Rooster Cogburn, one of the jobbers from Memphis. One time was at a show. He thought he was somebody because he'd been on Memphis television. He was going to beat everybody with a chair. I said, fuck that. See y'all later.
I ain't going to beat up by no jobber.
Here's the
no,
thing,
I'm not getting hit by a chair. I don't care who it was. So there you go.
And then on the, Brandon Baxter and the flag deal. Look, guys, I am not. Yeah, I haven't commented on it yet. I'm not a fan of that as an angle. I'm not a fan of that as a real thing. I'm not a fan of even alluding to burning a flag. Not when my grandparents gave their life for this country. So I don't even like the allusion to it. So there you go. That's my feeling on that. That's not even heat. That's just stupidity as a
I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, if I was in your shoes, but I guess I always go back to Bill Watts' angle with Eddie Gilbert. That
was a Russian flag.
I know it was, but I want to see them do a different variation.
They never burned an American flag though.
Yeah.
They never burned the flag in Mid-South.
Right, and they're not. Spoiler: they're not going to here either.
No,
my problem with this is if there was some foreign heel here, then I wouldn't love it. I wouldn't love it, but like, well, okay. But like the fact that this is so convoluted, that the fact that Brandon just comes out last week, it's obvious somebody had this angle. Like, hey, if we get the production manager involved in this, and he gets to look like a hero.
I dislike him. So
we can get some
like who?
use out of this. Creighton Armor.
That guy. He's
like if we can make him feel like Billy Badass, it's going to be in our favor. So they just over the course of the week came up with this idea, and now Brandon just suddenly comes out. He's hated Randy. He's hated Memphis. Okay, fine. Now all of a sudden he hates America. Now all of a sudden he wants to burn flags. It just feels so forced and just contrived to me.
But he doesn't hate Daisy Dukes, baby. He does not hate white Daisy Dukes. Listen, here's the deal on that whole thing. They don't have anywhere to go with him. There's no payoff for this. I don't understand how you pay this off. He's got to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Okay.
Yeah. The thing we all had to do every day of our lives.
Yeah, every day for 12 years. We got it.
Yeah. That's the big payoff.
Yeah.
The station manager gets to look like a tough guy. Well, great.
Yeah. I hated those clips of him at the Mid-South Coliseum and coming down and Randy having to hold him back. Oh, I hate that kind of stuff.
But I mean,
I wasn't holding that guy back.
I mean, I get it from Randy's point of view. Like, hey, if this helps us out, this gets us a live primetime special. Randy, you Brandon, you hate the flag, and we're going to do it. But
now BT the Booker would have done that. The Booker would have done that. So.
As a fan, you're just like, this is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into our new segment. This is what gets close to ending our show. It's called BT the Booker. We're going back to the 11th show of 1998 at Power Pro Retro Wrestling Review, Power Pro Wrestling. BT the Booker. BT, how would you have booked this show?
Yep. I agree with everything Randy did.
More Derek is what BT.
More Derek. That's right. You got it right.
You ain't gonna believe this, but I say more Buddy Landell and more Corey.
Corey called Brian Christopher a sexy man, and all I could think of was
he's doing it. Shut up, BT. BT, shut up. BT, do it. Oh, God damn it, BT.
No.
You fucked it up. He was going to do it.
I wasn't going to do it.
You were going to do it.
I was just teasing it.
Don't you lie to the people.
Join our
It looked like
Patreon.
Corey was a demon.
Join our Patreon if you want to hear from Corey from the other side.
All right, guys. You know what we're going to do? Rob, what was your hit for the week?
Brandon Baxter getting hit with that guitar. Jesus Christ, he took a hell of a guitar shot there at the Mid-South Coliseum. Did you see that shit?
Yes, it was. It was a good one. How about a miss? What was your miss?
Yeah, I'm not digging the whole American flag shit.
I get it. MVP.
Brian James.
OMG moment.
That was a pretty good power bomb that Jackie gave to Derek, by the way.
Yeah.
So that was definitely oh my God, she executed that well.
And what was your must see?
The clip with Samantha getting knocked down. I'm into Samantha right now. Oh, and the shits was that whole Spellbinder thing. We're just going not in the right direction with that. But then not my place to judge.
How about hit? Gene, what was your hit?
I guess for me, the hit of the whole show was, the finish to the Jackie and Derek King match. That was pretty good.
What about miss?
Miss, I agree with Rob. This American flag thing feels way too forced just to get to the Rumble on the River deal.
MVP.
Corey Macklin, of course.
There it is.
How about OMG moment?
Master B's joke that we're going to call him Rodney King Mabel from now on after we get through beating him down.
I'll just go ahead and say that was my OMG also. What about your must see for the week?
Must see Brian on Mabel's shoulders coming out to the ring. Wasn't that a sight?
That was good.
My hit was I like Coco beating up Dundee and then beating the hell out of Hudson. That was my hit. My miss would be Streak. He didn't even give us the name. I love Spellbinder right now. I think he looks like $1 million. I'd be pushing him. He'd be the champ right now as we speak. MVP to me is Baxter. I like what they're doing here. I don't know whose idea it was, but I really liked it. If it's Randy's, I'm good to go. I really like the idea. OMG was just when Spell jumped in the ring and was just killing everyone, I was marking out for that. My must see was DK against Kid Wicked, which to me it's like foreshadowing on something that's going to happen in the future, and that's one of the reasons both those guys work so hard.
Great match.
And what's happening? Rumble on the River next week, guys. Is it still the only show of Memphis Wrestling that aired in prime time? So only of all the history of Memphis Wrestling. Crazy.
That says something. Jimmy Blaylock must have had a deal on Sugar Glass at the time because Spellbinders, they're busting these bottles, in the Coliseum,
and then they're taking the bump. Then they're taking the bump on the bottle in this segment. Yeah. He's taking the bump on the bottle, and I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, you're telling us that's not real glass, or you would not be bumping on it like you are. But okay.
But I do like rock candy, so if you got some of that left over, I'll eat it.
You got some of that bottle left over, we'll take it now.
Yeah, piece of that bottle in there. I used to eat that as a kid.
All right, that's half of the character. Let's get the other half.
All right.
Gene, is that your shirt, the Mac Daddy shirt?
That is it right there.
Look, it looks like he's a demon.
Well, so faces have a bit of a reddish tint.
I noticed that. Yeah, he is a demon.
There's
shirt 6 other people named Corey Macklin too.
My face had the exact same shade of Corey's as this shirt does. So
it's the summertime, y'all. He's a little sunburned. Come on, cut the man some slack. Or where he is, it's pretty hot there. Either way,
that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, I will not.
Hey, now
you burn all the flags you want, but I will not sit here and have you just disparage the good goddamn name of Corey Macklin, sir. You can fuck right off with that, both of you. How dare you? How dare you?
Y'all ready?
That's it, man. We've gone through the big, last week we had the go home show to
stop while you're ahead, because this is the most snake bit show we've had. 8 false starts, 2 replays, come with a kicker, a stop, pause, a mouse hook. And BT, what do you always have to say about this?
Oh, man, I got to tell y'all this. I know y'all don't know this by now, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I love my mom.
Me too.
Got a stack of VHS tapes, dusty old newsletters, dusting men in tiny capes, playing old video games. His basement a shrine to the past, the wrestling's glory days forever last. Retro wrestling nerd, he knows every word, every drop kick, every slam. Retro wrestling nerd, yeah, that's his jam. To Japan.